Hey everyone, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. Today we're going to be going into game number 6 between Bisu and Flash. This is becoming a little bit of the Bisu show so far. You know, we've been watching what Flash is up to, and we've definitely seen the kind of ideas that he's going for, but Bisu definitely seems to be outperforming a little bit. You know, kind of interestingly, I did see someone comment that they think Flash is exploring things as opposed to trying to win. Absolutely, 100% that is the case. That is really what Ladder is about. And in fact, you know, a lot of people, you know, joke and criticize the way that I play the Ladder, for instance, right? The thing is, because that's really what Ladder is for. Experiment and practice, right? Like winning on the ladder is really not that important, right? Like no one needs imaginary internet points, so Flash least of all. So yeah, I would definitely agree with that. You know, this is like not a mattering thing. He's just looking to discover what he can discover against these players with these builds and see another gasless. So this really seems to be the way that he wants to go forward, and I'm really, really not surprised. But the thing is, if he repopularizes this, you're going to see a lot more Zealot openings, and then this is going to have to back up and become factory expansion again. Now, the probe is going to find this first, so he's probably... No, he's going to still bring the SCV out, but you're probably going to have to send 2 SCVs out here to help deal with this. Okay, I was going to say, normally you just turn the SCV around, so he was probably just not paying attention there. But normally, if you're going to scout... and the probe comes in exactly that time, you just keep your SCV at home because you lose too much mining by the amount of SCVs you have to bring off. You can see the probe just absolutely manhandles out here, and this is highly annoying. Now the probe does start to take a little bit of damage, and of course Flash is going to have to take this. He's going to have to make a secondary depot, and in fact he'll even start a bunker out here as well because you just don't get that much of a choice. Now the first Zealot is coming, but he should be making Marines pretty close to nonstop here. And here's the thing. If the Zealot pressure comes, you know, you have to continually make Marines. Like, you basically... I guess 2 Marines with this setup in perfect micro can push a Zealot back. But it's like, okay, you probably want more, and then if a Dragoon's coming, you need the bunker. And then at that point, it's like, should we just get the factory before the command center, you know? Definitely something you should consider because the Nexus already starting, so there needs to be some sort of plan ASAP. Keeps just 1 here, mining. 2 SCVs actually come down to help out against that incoming Zealot, so they do that and push him back. Looks like Flash is going to skip an SCV here and just start his command center. So you can see that already the gasless expand definitely was screwed up a little bit here. Excuse me. Sorry, I still have just a little bit of a cold that I'm trying to get over. Sorry for any raspy voice or anything like that. But yeah, so just the fact that the probe found him quickly and the Zealot first came out does set this build order back quite a bit. The fact that Bisu has a much faster Nexus. This is, like, if you go factory expansion and they don't go Nexus first, you're not going to be this far behind as far as Command Center versus Nexus. So, well, oftentimes you'll be very, very close. I guess if they go just like 20 Nexus, it's different, right? There's so many openers. I'm just kind of trying to say, in general, you can see that the value gained by that quicker scout and the Zealot versus the gasless expand is very high. Whereas if you do that against the factory expand, it doesn't do anything, right? In fact, a lot of people consider the factory expand to be slightly ahead at that point. Factory expand really does not care about Zealots. As long as you micro well and, you know, make the right choices, you're basically going to be fine. Now, this SCV being chased down by the probes. It's really trying to get it out, but Bisu will end up catching it. Robo is on the way well in advance of any Dragoon range, so no real pressure going to go down onto this bunker. And here we go. Armory. Will we see Academy? There it is. So Armory Academy build here from Flash once again, just really, really preferring this as his main strategy against Protoss. And Bisu going into the very, very quick Reaver here. He does already have the 2 Zealots, so that makes a lot of sense since you already have that cargo. You know, when you make Zealots in the early game, they just don't scale well. They're just like, yeah, maybe they can do something right at the beginning, right? Like very early Zealots definitely can get something done, but after that, they just become dead weights until you have something like a shuttle. So really like this, this follow-up here from Bisu. Keeps 1 Dragoon over here in front. He's just kind of watching for anything trying to come out. You know, you want something in front of their base, but the fact that he's not shooting just kind of tells Flash what's going on, right? Like, range would have been done by now if he hadn't gone for tech before that. So, Comsats going up on both sides. He'll probably hold the Comsats and just start making Goliath tank. That's my best bet, because I don't believe he actually saw the robo. I need to pay more attention to that when I'm kind of doing the intro in the early game. But yeah, I don't believe he actually went up and saw the robo itself, right? Like the SCV was being chased around down here, and was very, very low. So we can just tell by watching if he holds Comsats, because if he saw the robo, he can scan, and if he didn't see the robo, you hold them for a little bit like this, just in case DTs come. You just kind of keep your eyes around this area and watch, because he's got 3 Marines in here, 2 Siege Tanks, so a DT will die. If you scan when the DT's about there, it's going to be gone. So the 2 factories are out. Siege mode on the way. Goliath's being produced. Bisu starts his 3rd Nexus. And here comes that drop. Tanks are going to want to be pulled up immediately here. Kind of surprised he didn't actually go for that. I feel like if you drop Zealot, then Reaver, you're totally fine here. Like, you can definitely get some partial splash damage on those units. Okay, gonna go for the SCVs instead. Oh no, actually targets down that siege tank really quickly. Definitely gonna want to finish that. Great retargeting there. Just utilizes Zealot to finish the Goliath instead. And that red siege tank is still alive somehow. Ooh, splits off, so that's pretty good. He still has just the Reaver. And look at this difference again, by the way. 48 to 37 workers. This is happening a lot with Bisu against Flash right now, where Bisu is at such a dominating number that it looks like Nexus first. Now... yeah, I guess I'm trying to figure out for Flash here, like, what the right way to approach this game is now. I think it is just to play a kind of turtley macro game, take your 3rd, get everything going. You can see, once again, he's going up towards that upgrade Terran. Oh, wow, it has to use 2 scans on that, unfortunately. But yeah, he is going directly into upgrade Terran. You can see he's like got 2 factories only, and he's still going towards upgrade Terran. So it's kind of like, you know, he's just going to be so low on units. I think Bisu here, if he just goes speed shuttle, and he is going speed shuttle, get into Zealot legs and like 8 gates, Flash is going to have a terrible time taking his 3rd base. You know, this is the thing. And Flash here, you can see that the rest of his build is slowed from what we've normally seen. Like, we've seen a lot of the 3rd command center by now. Hasn't been able to quite do that. Has that eBay up. Finally getting his 3rd factory very, very late there. Yeah, 2nd armory coming up. He did start +2 attack, so that's very, very good. He's got a very good defensive stance going on. Bisu flying up with 2 shuttles now. Looking to bomb in here. Leads with the Dragoon +2 Zealot shuttle. And yeah, drops out both Reavers here. All right, getting a fair amount of SCVs to start. Yeah, blows up one of these siege tanks as well. Look at this. Just gonna go ahead and zap the Comsat. I mean, that's the same as killing 2 SCVs, guys. Plus, you know, it costs 50 gas to get it back. But yeah, like, to remake that, you have to make... You basically miss 2 SCV productions, right? So that is kind of like killing SCVs as well. I like it. So look at this. Bisu right now going up to 4, 8, 10 gates. And, I mean, between 8 gates and now a 4th Nexus against 3 factory, dude, I think Flash is already dead. This looks absolutely like an unwinnable position. Like, really, this looks terrible. The timing on the 3rd command center is fine. Like, this is a more normal-ish timing. And he is getting 2-1, so that's great. But, like, if you just go Psystorm and you have speed, it's like, how do you ever take the 3rd base as Terran? Like, Bisu's going to have complete control. Okay, well, this is actually a really good idea. It goes ahead and does a Vulture drop. So that's part of the reason why his factories are so late. I somehow missed this coming out. But the fact that he's got a Vulture drop off here, he's denying a lot of mining. He gets some probes there as well, which is kind of nice. It's too bad he didn't have a couple Vultures down here to intercept. That could have been fantastic. And in fact, Bisu lands the Reaver onto some Vultures there. So not bad, and going to go more. It looks like he's really found the only hole in Bisu's game here. Okay, well, color me impressed. Like, this game I really wasn't liking for Flash whatsoever, and obviously it's really expensive to get the dropship so early, which has slowed his factory count, but suddenly brings the probe count to 58. There's a lot of lost mining time, and Bisu is being, you know, so on the edge of greedy here, he didn't have any defense against Vultures in 2 of his bases. So right now, doing absolutely fantastically with this. Oh, I'd love to see him try to do a mine there. Oh, my God. Okay, picks up. Not sure that there's too much left here to do. So he's going to rotate back to this natural. Still macroing up heavily at home. Up to 5 factories now. 6th on the way. He has that command center. And, I mean, that dropship was very, very good. Now, that being said, you know, Bisu is behind on workers now, so that's a big thing for Flash. Imagine if that hadn't happened. Man, well, he would have gotten definitely a couple factories more quickly, so that would have been good. But if Bisu just rails out Zealots from here, I still think he's just going to probably break Flash. Like, Flash may want to just make one big round of Vultures here or something. It seems like his army is very, very small right now. Look at this, 184 to 114. Yeah, you need closer to 140 supply as Terran to hold this off, this attack. So I'm definitely very nervous for Flash here. Now, it has 2-1, which does make a difference, but probably not as much difference as 30 more supply, which is what you normally are like, okay, this is what I need to have. Now, he's got the speed shuttles, lots of Zealots in here. 4 High Templars as well, ready for those Psystorms. Oh, another dive in with the Reavers. Okay, picks that off reasonably quickly. SCVs get pulled back. So Flash is, not ready to transfer over. That was just kind of running from the Reaver. But not quite ready to transfer over yet. Going to try to get into a better position. Okay, now Bisu entering through the choke. Let's see if Flash can actually end up holding this. All right, dropping those Zealots out. Ooh, the double turret up on the high ground doing a fantastic job. High Templars are out here. Flash actually doing much better against this army than I thought he would. He's already killed off 50 supply. And the Dragoon's going to just end up splitting here. Bunch of Dragoons go over towards this 3rd base. By the way, love this base from Bisu. Really, really smart play. That's going to be something that Flash doesn't scout for a while. And taking that 5th base puts Flash in a very tough predicament. He does have 3-2 on the way. There is that at least. So Bisu right now, okay. Double Robo, double Forge, tons of gates, 10 gates going, and the 5th base is being made. Now, there are some mines here. We'll see if he actually... No, maybe he won't end up seeing this. Maybe he won't see the probes. They're just kind of randomly going across the middle. The Vultures not going to catch that. And notice how he's sending Vultures down here. He's checking down here for the 5th base. He assumes that the 5th base should be started soon, if it's not already, and that's why he's sending Vultures down. So after he finds it empty down here, he might be like, maybe we should check somewhere else. We might actually like hear a scan go off for that. He's got plenty of scans right now. He's got about 6 scans in the bank. A couple more shuttles ready. Looks like he wants to do a Psystorm drop here on this 3rd base. All right, well, drags some splash damage there. The Psy Storms don't come in quite quickly enough to really get done on what they were looking for. Flash very quick on that reaction. Three add-ons for tanks, so I do like that. Once you have 3-2 going, there's no reason not to do that. But only 7 factories overall. That's just like a very defensive number of factories. That's like how many factories where you probably won't die most of the time when you have 7. A lot of Zealots being bombed in here now. Flash's position does look like he's going to get broken. Little bit, I gotta say, a little bit of a one-sided game. Like, the drop did very, very well for Flash. But that, for me personally, this was, like, I've casted all these Flash games. This might have been the most, like, unimpressive one, honestly. Like, you know, he's trying gasless so often. You know, game number 6 in a row against Bisu, and almost all of them gasless. It's like, yeah, man, I don't know. Like, he's going to make a Zealot now. So, you know, there is that little bit of a metagame, too. Of course, he's still trying to test a lot of things, but that's going to be it for this game. And we got one more, guys. So hopefully he does a little bit better in that game number 7 against Bisu. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.